Welcome to a Pilates inspired exercise incorporating yogic breath and Yamuna balls along with our Pilates exercises. Let's begin with taking our hands to our lower rib cage and use nasal breathing at this point. Inhaling, expanding into those hands, pause, and then exhaling. Bringing the breath to those lower ribs, lower lungs, expanding side to side and front to back. Now bring your hands up a little higher to the middle lungs. Once again, expanding side to side. Front to back. Now take your hands up to right to your armpits. The thumbs are tucking into the armpits to bring an awareness to the upper lungs. Once again, expand the breath. Side to side. And then front to back. Now taking one of the large Yamuna balls, gold or yellow, depending on which one you have. You want to draw that elbow towards the back of the body and tilt your head to the opposite side where the ball is. Expand your breath into the ball. Inhale, inhale more, pause. And as you exhale, gently pull that hand, which pulls the shoulder away from the ear. One more time, inhale, inhale more, pause. Exhale, pulling the hand to pull the shoulder away from the ear. Let's switch sides, trying to draw that ball as high up into the armpit as you can, and then draw that elbow towards the back body. Take the ear towards the opposite shoulder, inhaling into the rib cage, into the ball. Inhale, inhale more, pause, and on your exhale, pull the hand, pull the shoulder away from the ear. And again, inhale, inhale more, pause, and exhale, pulling the shoulder away from the ear. And release that. We're going to come down to our back side. Using the ball, set it right underneath your lower back at your sacrum, right above the tailbone. You're going to bend the knees. And I'd like you to breathe right where the ball is, inhaling and exhaling. Bringing that breath to the sacrum. Few more breaths here. Just bringing awareness to this part of the body as we prepare for our Pilates exercises. Now extend the legs up. You can either keep the head down, or if you'd like to lift the head up, only if you feel strong enough not to stress the neck, okay? Most of us will want to keep the head down, so it's your choice. Arms up, down by your side. I prefer to have the palms up so that you can keep the shoulders nice and open. Pumping, inhaling, and exhaling. So switching to that Pilates breath, and inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. You may want to bring the legs down a little bit. If you feel like you need to hold one hand on the ball, you may, and switch out the pumping. Keeping the belly lifted up towards your chin and down towards your spine. Couple more cycles. And release the feet down. Take the ball out for now, and then bring it right in between the thighs. We're going to do another variation of the 100, using that ball to help us focus on inner thighs, helping us in this movement. Again, you can keep the head down, or if you feel strong enough, you want to kind of keep the chin not pressing into the chest. So sometimes you can use your fist to kind of gauge that. And then bring the arms down by your side. Squeeze the ball, inhaling, exhaling. Keep the tailbone into the floor. Stretching long through the fingertips. Last set. And release it down. Take a nice big two-way stretch, arms reaching above you, legs long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull the belly down towards the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pulling the abdominals up and down towards the spine. One more, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pulling it in towards the spine. Now bring your knees into your chest, stretching the back. Take a little rock side to side. If you have a smaller ball, a pearl or a green, some people like to use that to support their head and neck during some of the exercises. Only use it if it feels comfortable to you. For me, it helps lengthen the back of my neck. We're going to go into a single leg circle. You can keep right knee bent, left leg extended. Turn that thigh to the outside so your toes are pointing more towards the 10 o'clock position. If you'd like to, you can extend that opposite leg or that right leg. Circle inward, nice and slow, keeping the pelvis nice and stable. And then reverse the circle. I like to switch directions each time because it helps me stay slow. Inhale, half the circle. Exhale to complete. Inhaling and exhaling. And release that leg down. Again, you can keep the opposite knee bent if you choose to. As you extend the right leg, turn the side to the outside. Toes are more at the 2 o'clock position. Circle inward. And reverse your circle. Keeping those hips nice and stable. Inhale and exhale. I like to keep my palms facing upward during this exercise so that I'm reminded to keep my shoulders nice and open. And release that leg down. Once more, bend the knees and hug them in. If you're using the ball, you can gently press the front of the neck into the back of the neck into the ball, getting a little bit greater stretch on that neck. Again, inhale, exhale, lengthening the back of the neck into the ball. A couple more times. And release the feet down. You can take the ball out now and come back to using the bigger ball. If all you have is a smaller ball, feel free to use that. We're going to take the ball back to that area in our sacrum right above our tailbone. Now, the bigger ball will require that you use a bit more balance. So if you have the option of a smaller ball, that might feel better for you. We're going to extend our legs and do the single straight leg. So you're bringing your legs down to your point of control, and we're going to do 5 with our heels together and our toes turned out, and then we're going to switch it toes turned in just to put the focus on the inner legs and the outer legs. Take your legs down to your point of control. You can flex the feet on the way down and point them on the way up, inhaling and exhaling. Now let's turn the toes in towards each other, focusing on the outside of our legs. Keep your shoulder blades stabilized onto the floor. Lengthening away from the hip towards the toes. Last one here. And bring the feet back down. Take a moment to lengthen the back of your neck. Readjust the shoulders. And we're going to take the legs back up and separate the legs up into what I call the top part of the letter V. So we're in the wide stance, and then we bring the heels together at the bottom of the letter V, inhaling and exhaling. Point the toes away as you come up, and then bring the heels together. Inhale, pointing, exhale, flexing. And release the feet down. Find your breath once more. Turn your head to one side. Take a nice big breath. Turn the head straight again, and then turn it to the other side. And back to center. Let's come off the ball and notice how that feels in your lower back. Enjoy that feeling of being grounded into the earth. I'm going to turn over to one side and press yourself up. Take the ball to the base of your spine at the back end of your mat. We're going to roll the ball from the base of our spine up to the middle of our shoulders. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, pull the front part of your lower belly to your back side to the ball. So just adding a little bit of an isometric abdominal workout. Inhale, tall. Exhale, pull front to back to ball. And lift the hips up and scoot forward. Inhale. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. Exhale, pull the front to the back to the ball. Lift the hips up and scoot forward a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale. So now my focus is right there at my belly button, pulling in and release. Inhale. Exhale. Pull front to back to ball. Take the ball up a little further. So now the focus is a little bit above my belly button. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in, pull in, pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in, pull in, pull in. And then take the ball up a little higher. So now the focus is just right under the breast, right there about the xiphoid process. You can take both hands to support your head if you'd like. If you need to hold one hand down, that's just fine. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in, pull in, pull in. Inhale. Exhale. And now take the ball at the base of the shoulder blades. Take those elbows wide, opening up the chest. And again, 2 breath cycles here. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in. Now move the ball underneath your shoulder blades. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeezing the ball and release. And squeeze, working our rhomboids and our traps. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. A couple more. Inhale, squeeze that ball. Again, inhale and exhale. And now bring the legs to tabletop. And we'll make just the movement of the legs for the single leg stretch. So you want to extend, extend. Keep the knee over the hip. Try not to bring it all the way in. Keep it over the hip and reach and reach. Really think about lengthening through the leg from the hip to the toes. Inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the core strong, lifted up towards your chin and back towards the back of the back body. Couple more. And bring the feet down. Inhale. Exhale, reach over the ball, taking the elbows wide, opening up the chest. Now breathe into the chest. Use your thumbs to lengthen the back of the neck. Bring the knees back to tabletop. Now we're going to do the double leg. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale. If you need to go straight up, you can. If you've got a little bit more abdominal strength, you can take it lower. So the focus here is really lengthening through the legs. Since we're not using the arms, we can really focus on that lengthening. You can change it up and flex the feet or point the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. A couple more here. Just taking it to your point of fatigue. And release it down. Inhale. Exhale. Reach long over that ball. Lengthen the neck. Open the elbows. Inhale into the chest. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Bring the elbows together and lift the head forward and scoot down, bringing the ball into the back of the neck. Arms down by your sides. Again, focusing on pressing the back of the neck into the ball, lengthening. Turn your head to the right and let that ball come behind the ear to that mastoid process. Take a breath there. Turn the head back to center and then over to your left, inhaling and exhaling. Turn over to one side and press yourself up. We'll prepare the shoulders a little bit for just a couple of side leg exercises. We're going to place the ball, and again, you can use the larger ball or the smaller ball, underneath our armpit. You're going to use your hand as a little pillow just to take some breaths there, really bring your breath to the armpit. Couple more full breaths, focusing on bringing it to the armpit. Now you can take the ball out, just set the ball to the side, support your head with your hand, or go ahead and lay the head on your arm. Walk the feet forward so you're at that 45-degree bend. Stacking the hips. Try to line up your elbow to the waist or to the hip. We're going to lift the top leg hip height and send the leg back so you feel the stretch in the front of the thigh. Pause there, making sure that your hips don't stack or do not rock back. So you want them stacked. And then flex the foot and bring it back to home. Take the leg back as you point, pause there, flex it as you come home. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. And down. Bending your top knee. It can either be, the foot can be in back or it can be in front. Some people actually prefer to bring it in front of them. Just depends on your hips. Go ahead and lay your arms out straight. And then if you will, try to stretch that other arm so that you get this nice long stretch there. Gonna flex the bottom foot, raise, pause, and slowly lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. And stretch that leg out. Press yourself up. And let's work the other side. So grab your ball again. Place it underneath your armpit. You want to make a pillow with your opposite hand, resting the head on top of the shoulder so that you can help add a little weight to open up the armpits there. Now focus your breath there. Bring the breath to the armpit. Might try lengthening through your fingertips. Once you feel that shoulder joint release a little bit, you know that you can go ahead and take it out. And then support your head with your hand. Walk the feet forward so that you're at an angle. Try to line up your elbow with your hip. Hips stay stacked. We're going to take the leg back behind us and pause till you feel that stretch. Flex the foot and come back to home. Inhaling. Hold it there and pause, trying to keep the hips stacked and try to keep your ribs from collapsing. And forward. Inhale and exhale. It helps to think about pressing your bottom ribs into the floor. Last one. And down. Inner thigh. Stretch that top arm up so that you can get a little bit more length in your top rib cage. Gonna flex the bottom foot, lift, pause, and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel free to do more reps if you would like. Last one for me. And release that leg out. And press yourself up. Grab your big ball again. We're going to move into a single leg kick. So you want the ball in mid-sternum. So I like using the ball for this exercise so that it helps me remind my body that I want to stay lifted in the chest. A lot of people, the longer they do it, they lower their head and they're collapsing. So with the ball there, it helps remind us to keep the focus of lifted chest. Back of the neck is long. You can take a little isometric movement with the elbows to help you lift a little higher. You don't want your ball to be pressing into the xiphoid process, so if you need to adjust it a little bit, feel free. Press your pubic bone gently into the floor to lift the belly, and then right foot, flex the foot, point the foot, and extend out. And other side, flex, point, and down. Inhaling and exhaling. And now with the legs just extending away from the body, lengthening, bring your focus to where the ball is in that mid breastbone. Bring your breath there. Inhale, expanding your front ribs into the ball. And now hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up. We'll end in a child's pose or puppy dog, depending on your availability of knee flexion. You can use the ball to rest the forehead on. You can extend the arms out in extended child's pose or bring them back towards your ankles. And now focus on your back body. Breathing into your back ribs. Being thankful for your breath. And gently press yourself up. Come back to a seated position. Inhaling up from tailbone to the crown of the head. Keeping that length as you let the exhale release down. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting the shoulders relax. Maybe turning the palms up. Lengthening the skull away from your neck. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you reach out and down. Gather everything that you need to complete your day. Bowing with a grateful heart. Thank you for joining me.